Hi there, my name is Laura Lundquist and I'm a physiotherapist and owner here at Zoomers Physiotherapy and Health Solutions. Today, I want to share with you an essential little tidbit of physio knowledge about walking with good technique. But before I get into that, I want to remind you to subscribe and hit the notification bell to our YouTube channel so that you're sure to get notified every time we add a new movement essential piece of information, if we're going through some exercise basics, or even adding something into our Zoomers Academy with online presentations. So do subscribe, hit that bell, but let's get to walking and how you can make sure that you're walking with the best possible technique. There are lots of things to think about when we're walking, and it's often something that we haven't thought much about since we were about 18 months old. Once our bodies have figured out to get our feet underneath us and our bodies upright and how to stay that way, we tend to go on autopilot and not really think about it. The trick, of course, is that sneaky little bad habits can make their way in there, and then we're not necessarily walking with optimal patterning, which means we may be setting ourselves up for injury, or we may just not be using our muscles to the fullest and getting the most out of every step from a fitness and a benefit perspective when we're walking. So here are a few of the basic tips that I usually remind people to think of. The first thing is body position, and actually we're not even going to think about the legs, we're going to think about the upper body first. So from the side, when I'm walking, I always think about leading with my breastbone, so having my sternum or my breastbone lifted up slightly, almost as though being pulled on a string at about a 45-degree angle. So instead of being down this way, lifted up, that helps me keep my shoulders back, down and away from my ears, to be in a nice upright position, as you can see from the side here. Now you'll notice when I'm in this position, my eyes are naturally looking straight ahead if my eyes are just sort of centered in the eyeball. And so oftentimes when we're walking, we do want to keep an eye on the ground in front of us, but what it will allow us to do when our chest is high and our chin is just gently tucked to about one fist height from where your collarbones come together to the bottom of your chin, then you can just use your eyes to gaze down about 6 to 10 feet ahead of you. And it doesn't require being flipped forward or tilted forward like this. This position is a good way to get a sore neck and shoulders. When we're in an upright position like this, keeps our neck and shoulders in a healthy position and still allows us to look forward at the right distance, again about 6 to 10 feet, in order to be able to see obstacles before we get to them. We don't want to be looking straight down at our feet. We want to be looking ahead a little bit so that we can see that little divot in the road or the tree branch that's in the way and make our way around it before we get ourselves there. So that's the upper body. We want chest lifted up, shoulders down and back, chin just gently tucked so that we can look 6 to 10 feet in front of us. Then we need to think about the feet, of course. So as we're stepping, we want to try to lead and get the heel touching first, and then as our weight is accepted onto that leg and we step the next leg forward, we want to think about pushing off the toe. So we often call this the heel-toe pattern. So heel makes contact and then we push off the toe, and that's what allows us to use all of the muscles in our core, in our hips, and in our legs in order to propel us forward as we're walking. There are circumstances where you might choose to walk with a slightly different pattern if you're going uphill, downhill, or trekking on some uneven terrain. But basically, if you're on relatively flat terrain, we want to think about this heel to toe movement on each leg. The last piece to add in is back up into the upper body, and that's the arm swing. So we've got our body nice and tall, chin gently tucked, shoulders are back. We're going to lead with that heel, and then the opposite arm is going to swing forward at the same time as the heel strikes, and then we do that with the other side as we go. So we call that a reciprocal swing. So the left arm goes, then the right arm goes, back and forth, and that should be in time with the opposite leg stepping forward. So there you have it. You're going to walk tall, shoulders back, chin tucked, eyes gazing 6 to 10 feet forward, leading with your heel, pushing off your toe, and swinging those arms. And then, hopefully, you can enjoy your walk. It's a lot to think about, but just pick one or two of those things, incorporate it in, and then pick another one and incorporate it in, and slowly you'll start to see that you start to get an even better, optimal style of walking. Have a great walk out there. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.